watching Wellness Watch on DD India, your weekly dose of wellness and good health. This is the first episode of 2026, and on behalf of the entire team of Wellness Watch, we wish you all a very happy new year. We all want a long life, but more importantly, a healthy one. Welcome to the show that cares for you. Imagine biting into a crisp apple or sipping a refreshing glass of juice only to unknowingly consume chemicals, artificial colors, or even dirt mixed in with your food. That's food adulteration, when harmful or fake substances are added to your food to make it look better, last longer, or just cost less. It might sound like a bolt in the blue, but it is happening every day in grocery stores, markets, and even restaurants. And the worst part, you might not even know it's happening until it starts affecting your health. The same food that helps our children grow can do irreversible harm to them if it is adulterated. From reduced immunity to long-term illness, the impact often begins much earlier than we realize. Today in Wellness Watch, we discuss the hazards of food adulteration. I'm Preeti Kaur. In our rush-filled lives, we trust the food on our plates without even questioning. But behind the shine of the fruits, the color of the spices, and the sweetness of milk, a hidden danger may be lurking. Food adulteration, an invisible threat, is quietly compromising health across age groups, especially women and children. What is food adulteration? Why does it happen? And how it harms our health? And what you can do to protect your family, while also highlighting why proper nutrition remains our strongest defense. Here's a report by DD India's Harshit Oberoi.
Food adulteration refers to the deliberate compromise of food quality by adding harmful, inferior, or unauthorized substances, or by removing essential components. These adulterants may be chemical, biological, or metallic, making food unsafe while appearing normal to consumers. At the heart of adulteration lies one major motive: profit. To cut costs or meet high demand, some producers mix cheaper substitutes. Lack of consumer awareness and weak enforcement further allow this practice to continue unchecked. The impact on health can be immediate or devastating over time. Short-term exposure may cause food poisoning, vomiting, or allergic reactions. Long-term consumption can damage vital organs, disrupt hormones, and even lead to cancer. Toxic metals in adulterated food pose severe risks to children and pregnant women. Governments are tightening the net. In India, the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, monitors food quality and safety. Violators can face heavy fines, license cancellations, and even imprisonment in severe cases. Prevention begins at home, buying from trusted sellers, checking labels and certifications, and using simple home tests can reduce the risk. Cleaning fruits and vegetables properly helps remove surface chemicals. Beyond food safety lies another concern: nutrition. Irregular or unbalanced diets deprive the body of essential nutrients, leading to deficiencies, weak immunity, and disease. Anemia remains widespread among women, young girls, and children. Good health begins before birth. A child's nutrition starts in the mother's womb, making pregnancy nutrition critical. A balanced diet, rich in proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, fats, minerals, and water, is essential for lifelong wellness. Safe food and balanced nutrition together form the first line of defense for a healthy life. Awareness, vigilance, and informed choices can protect not just our plates but our future. Harshita Oberoi's report, Wellness Watch, DD India.
Food adulteration is a major concern in India, affecting everything from milk and sweets to spices and oils, almost doubling over the last 5 years, according to the data sourced from FSSAI annual reports. It has become a pressing issue, affecting millions of citizens and causing irreversible harm to public health. Food adulteration rate in India stood at 13% in 2011-12, which increased to 23% in 2016-17. Despite a robust regulatory framework, the practice continues to thrive due to limited consumer awareness. Today in Wellness Watch, we look for these answers. What is food adulteration? What is the common types of food adulteration in India? How can consumers identify adulterated food products? We also discuss short-term and long-term health effects and what is the state of food adulteration in India. In India, the apex regulatory body is the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, that is FSSAI, which sets standards, issues licenses and conducts inspections. Regular surveillance, monitoring, inspection and random sampling of food products are conducted by FSSAI through its regional offices and state and union territories. Penal action is taken against defaulting food business operators. Up on your screens, we have more details. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, as we told you, is the regulatory body. Statutory body that sets standards, regulates and monitors food safety, working with state food safety departments. Also, we have the Food Safety Connect app. This is a mobile tool for consumers to report food safety issues, track grievances and verify food business operators' licenses using QR codes. To help us understand food adulteration better and what consequences it can have on our health, we have guests joining us. We have with us Mr. U.S. Dhani. He's Executive Director, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. He's joining us virtually. And we have with us Dr. Swapna Chaturvedi. She is Senior Dietitian, AIMS, New Delhi. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us this afternoon on Wellness Watch. To begin with, Mr. Dhani, I would want you to explain to our viewers in very simple terms what is food adulteration and what are the common types of food adulteration in India.
Good morning, Preeti. At the outset, on behalf of FSSAI, I will wish Happy New Year to each one of us and to our listeners here. And we pray and hope that everybody has safe food so that they enjoy good health. Coming back to your question about food adulteration, in simply food adulteration refers to deliberate actions of addition, substitution, removal or contamination of food substances in a manner that reduces its quality, safety or nutritional value, which makes the food unsafe or misleading for consumer. And today in India, it has become a serious public health issue for our society and economic concern for our economy. And adulterants may be two types. It can be intentional also, which is obviously for profit, like mixing cheaper vegetable oils in ghee, or it can be incidental also, maybe because of poor hygiene, maybe unsafe packaging, maybe because of presence of pesticide residues, or simply environmental pollutants also. Yeah, under Food Safety and Standards Act, if food is adulterated when its composition or quality is altered, so that it no longer meets the prescribed standards set by FSSAI. It may include adding cheaper substances, removing valuable ingredients. And coming back to common type of food adulterations, the common adulterants, common type of foods where adulteration is prevalent are milk and milk products, ghee, edible oils, spices, sweets, cereals, pulses, honey, and even tea and coffee and sugar, which are used in every household. And it can be both. The important is it can be in both kind of foods, which is sold loose and which is sold in packaged food also. If you come to milk, if you speak about milk and milk products, common adulterants are water, detergents, urea, starch. Coming to edible oils, common practice is to add cheaper vegetable oils to make profit. And in spices, they use artificial colors, they use brick powders. In pulses, they use stone, sand. If we come to sweets and khoya, they use artificial work, starch, synthetic milk, and the list goes on. In coffee, they use chicory, which is beyond prescribed limits. In honey, the liquid sugar syrup is added to make it sweet. So this is how it is.
All right, I'll take that forward to Dr. Swapna. Dr. Swapna, from milk and milk products to tea, coffee to pulses, this is something which we consume on a regular basis. What are the short-term and long-term health hazards when we talk of food adulteration?
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show, and my New Year greetings to all the viewers. So this is a very valid question, Preeti. All the milk and milk products which are consumed on a day-to-day basis in the Indian households, we have all kinds of age groups present in the family. So basically the children, the elderly, and if there's a pregnant women, lactating women, we all, as adults also, we all need this on a daily basis. So if the milk or milk products are adulterated, and one continues to use them, the immediate or the acute symptoms can be food poisoning kind of symptoms, in which the gastrointestinal tract gets affected. There's vomiting, there's diarrhea, there's abdominal pain, there's bloating. These are some of the immediate effects, and one comes to know of course that the milk has been adulterated or the milk product has been adulterated. And the long-term effects can, be over a period of time. So there is organ damage, and it can be carcinogenic also, which means it causes cancer also. So these are the ways in which, the health gets impacted by the use of continuation of adulterated products on a daily
Right,
basis.
we're talking of use of continued use of adulterated products, but then we also know the human body, it is able to rebuild itself. When we talk of this continued use of adulterated food items all through our lives, to what extent can it harm the human body? Or can the human body get some kind of immunity? Can the human body itself can get immune to the adulterated food?
Actually, like I mentioned at the outset, the acute symptoms can be, controlled, and one can take care of that. But in the long run, the human body does adjust to some time, but after all, the slow organ damage has already begun.
Right.
And eventually it is going to affect the liver, the kidney, and the important vital organs, which are so important to metabolize the food that we are taking in. So in the long run, it will definitely impact.
This is a very important, aspect which ma'am has put forth. Mr. Dhyani, at what concentration do the common adulterants become toxic or lethal to the human body?
See, there are certain elements where even if exposure is to the small quantity once or over a long period of time, the exposure is harmful for human body. There are other kind of adulterants where we have prescribed certain standards, and within that prescribed limit, if there are certain elements added, then it can be taken care of. So very if you refer to say agreement oil is there, if it is used in very small quantity also, lead chromate, metanyl yellow, these can be toxic or even fatal if human body is exposed over a prolonged period of time. So that's how it is.
All right, Dr. Swapna, when we talk of consumption of adulterated food, now food is something which is a basic necessity. Not all people have access to organic food. Having said that, at our homes, do we have any methods or do we have any home remedies which we can work on a regular basis so that the effect of food adulteration is minimal on our bodies?
Okay, nowadays the organic foods are being used in most of the households, but of course they are very expensive, so it's not available to everyone readily. So other than that, even the organic foods are totally not free of adulterants, So they have, we don't know, because the soil in which they are grown, maybe they are, they have the heavy metal contamination, and maybe the pesticides have not been used as they claim on the label, but there can be other, heavy metal contamination or whatever. But at the home level, whenever we are buying any of these products, as consumers, we have to be very vigilant when it comes to buying things. It is, of course, you have to see the product, visually check the product, you have to, feel the product as to how it is. Like you can use your sensory buds and even the smell, etc., to check on the food items. Also, the labeling is very important, and unfortunately, a lot of masses, they are not well read. They don't even look at the labels, other than just looking at the expiry date and the manufacturing date. It is very important that we go through the ingredient list, because there are a lot of people who are allergic to, for example, if they're allergic to gluten, they have to read the labels very carefully.
Yes.
And so a lot of non-communicable diseases are on the rise. And people are not aware that they should read the fat content. What is the trans fat, and trans fats are not permitted. And even if they are permitted to a certain extent, the disguised form in which the ingredients are written as hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated vegetable oil or something like that. So the common consumer is not able to interpret them. So basically, you'll have to, buy very smartly when you go and procure. You have to buy it from those branded products, or at least the trusted outlets, the government outlets, which of course claim that they are selling the right product.
Yes.
And the street food, thelas and all these who are selling these products. Fruits, for example, in the summer months, they put this calcium carbide, papers wrapped up, and they'll just put it for ripening. The consumers don't come to know about it, and in the long run, they are very fatal for health. It causes organ damage, and the immediate symptom it can cause diarrhea, discomfort, bloating, etc. So one has to be very careful from where you procure the items, and also check the labeling. And also, you should not be gullible, if something is sold at a cheaper rate. You should not buy it in bulk and keep it, because you never know that there are adulterants because of which, the product has become cheaper. So we have to keep all these factors in mind before buying a product.
All right, I'll take that forward to Mr. Dhyani. Mr. Dhyani, ma'am has very aptly put how we as consumers, when we are going out to buy things, we have to be careful. But what is your evaluation of the food which restaurants or eating outlets serve? How can consumers be more aware of what they are eating or what is being served on their plate when they're going out to the restaurants to eat?
Yes, Preeti, what Madam said is absolutely correct, because part of the responsibility lies with consumers also, that they should read the labels. They should. We have a Food Safety Connect app where they can go and lodge their grievances. They can authenticate the license number. They should read the ingredients, as Madam pointed out rightly, the best for expiry date. These kind of things consumers should read and question the shopkeeper also. Coming to your question of what can consumers do to protect themselves, see, first thing is buy, as far as possible, buy packed food and as well as loose foods from trusted sources only. We should be generally aware of the quality of the source. Secondly, as I just mentioned, check FSSAI number, check labels, whether they are claiming things, what they have. Expiry dates is very important. We should check. And other thing is, for a layman, if some product is being sold comparatively as at an unusually low price, or the visual feel of the product is exaggerated, then it should set alarm bells, because there is something wrong with it. That is the first alarm we should have. Also, we should ensure that packaged food, if we are buying, it is properly sealed, label is perfect, and we should try to buy it from hygienic outlets only. And of course, if you find anything which is not proper, we have a Food Safety Connect app. One should lodge their grievances on this Food Safety Connect app. You can lodge your complaint as well as track your complaint, where it is, what is the status of your complaint. We also have a DART book, which is called Detection of Adulteration through Rapid Testing. It provides very, the normal consumer households can check the adulteration in the basic things used in their kitchens. And these kind of applications used will help and strengthen consumers, and they will question the product they are being served. Also, we carry out Eat Right India campaign we are running, where we run campaign through schools, campuses, universities, everywhere. And there we ask general public, school kids, office goer students, the temple authorities, the restaurant authorities to participate in these initiatives, so that people are make informed choices. Preeti.
Right, ma'am, when we talk of effects of food adulteration, then is there any vulnerable age group which is more prone to the hazards of food adulteration?
Yes, as you have rightly pointed out, the vulnerable age groups basically starts with infants and children. For example, if they are on breast milk and the mother is continuing to have some kind of adulterated milk herself, so through the breast milk, and even while she is pregnant, for example, all the adulterated stuff is going into her through her womb. She's nourishing the baby.
Right.
So the infants and children are very prone to. They are a vulnerable group. Then we have the elderly in the house who are also prone to the adulterated stuff very soon. For example, if they happen to take some street food and the golgappas, the water that they have, or some street chaat or whatever, and milk and milk products, so they can be adulterated paneer or something like that. So elderly population. Then we have the others like slum dwellers and the low income group, who's not able to buy the food properly. So they just pick up anything and they're not aware of the genuine quality of that food. So the low income group, the migrants who are not aware of what they are purchasing or whatever. And so also illiterate people who are not able to read the labels. They are all prone to these food adulteration hazards that they face.
All right, Mr. Dhyani, help us understand what is the status of food adulteration in India. Our consumers, because the generation today, we are living very tech savvy lives. So are people more aware of what they are eating today?
See, food adulteration to begin with is a problem in hand for all of us as a government setup. We all, different ministries, different departments are working on it. We in FSSAI, we recognize that there is a problem in hand. Adulteration primarily persists due to large informal food sector in India. Then there is also a case in India of seasonal demand spikes, say during Diwali, during this New Year festivities, Christmas, Holi. So these spikes in demand creates a demand side pressure on the suppliers, and suppliers for profit motives do indulge. Some of them do indulge in practices which are not as per norms. Then businesses also, some of the businesses indulge in food adulteration simply because of cost cutting practices. They want to cut down costs and maximize their profit. In India, FSSAI and the food safety departments of respective states are sensitive to this issue. We have been strengthening our rules. We have increased sampling. We have increased enforcement. We are upgrading labs. Just to give an idea, we have trained around 15 lakh street food vendors and vendors in general, food business operators, including 2.5 lakh street food vendors about the issues of hygiene, safety. They have been informed that reusing oil time and again is injurious to their consumers, because in India we say that consumer is God, the Atithi is God. So we have been trying to sensitize them. You should not be harming your consumer, and many of them have responded very, very positively on these issues. We also have around 1.4 lakh schools registered with us, and over 11,000 temple authorities, schools, campuses, offices, railway stations we have certified as Eat Right campuses, which is valid for 2 years. We examine, we go there, we check their processes, we identify the gaps, we provide them training, and post-training there is an audit of these places, and once we are satisfied that as per our norms they have met the standards, then we give them a certificate of Eat Right certificate, which is valid for 2 years.
Right.
We also have 250 plus labs across India. We are strengthening numbers of labs. We also realize that we can't have lab everywhere, so we have introduced a concept of what we call is food safety on wheels. It's a mobile lab which goes to districts, to the areas which are not directly connected or which are remote in nature. Our target, as of now, we have 300 plus food safety labs.
Right.
Our aim is to reach out to every district. So that is the kind of things we are doing together with states.
Right. All right, so a lot of effort is being made to make consumers more aware. And today in the show, we are discussing food adulteration and eating healthy, and also how severe can food adulteration get. We will have a quick rapid fire round with our guests, and I request our guests to give very quick and crisp answers. Mr. Dhyani, you can always tell if food has been adulterated by its smell. Is it so?
Not always, but you can sometimes. Depends on the kind of food we are consuming.
Right. Cooking or boiling always makes adulterated food safe. Dr. Swapna?
Yes, it does.
Only low quality food is adulterated. Mr. Dhyani?
No, that's not the case.
If food is sealed in packaging, it is guaranteed to be safe from adulteration. Ma'am?
Sometimes yes, but other times you have to be vigilant regarding the packaging and have a visual inspection about it.
Artificial preservatives are safe in small amounts. Mr. Dhyani?
It depends. It depends from limit to limit.
Right.
So we run a label campaign for that.
Right. Once a food item is certified, it is always safe from adulteration, ma'am.
No, not necessarily.
Sir, would you like to add to it? Yes.
Madam is perfect. She is right, perfectly all right. That's not the guarantee.
All right, with that, we end this discussion here. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us this afternoon on Wellness Watch and helping us understand the hazards of food adulteration. Thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
All right, after this discussion, we did understand that food adulteration might seem like a small problem, but its effects can be huge, and it's happening all around us, sometimes without us even knowing. By staying informed, questioning what we consume, and supporting safer food practices, we can help protect our health and make sure we are eating what we think we are. At the end of the day, your health is priceless. Don't let food fraud steal it away. Your food should fuel you, not harm you. With that, we end this discussion here. Thanks for watching Wellness Watch. Bye-bye.